What is going on, guys? Back with another video. Today I'm talking about Doge, a project, a meme coin, which recently with my recent low cap meme coin tier list, I have angered a few people who are not happy with my sort of where I placed this meme coin on the list. And to be honest, guys, a lot of people have been calling for 100x. Now we're going to discuss if this can really 100x, guys, because sometimes we can be wrong, I can be wrong. Sometimes I can underestimate a project, and when many people, fair enough if just one person is saying 100x, but when you have many people, tens and tens of people calling for 100x, even some people saying 1000x, I think it is time to have a bit of a look into this and give a bit of perspective, right? Because one thing, to be fair with Doge, one thing that is well, a lot of things obviously good with this in terms of how they've exploded in terms of the price. They've obviously brought in a lot of new retail fresh investors who might not understand exactly how market caps work. Maybe they do, because at the end of the day, when you come over to the website, the main aim of this, well, the meme aim of this is to flip the Dow Jones, which is, I think, almost $20 trillion in valuation. So, when you come to the website looks pretty good. One thing that is decent and good about this, it is going to attract investors because of that cult-like ambition, which is good, right? I'm a fan of meme coins, and I just want to, be honest with people, right? So if I'm seeing people saying 100x, let's actually have a deep dive and see whether or not I believe this can do 100x, guys. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. If you believe something, if you've got a conviction, then stick to that. But just make sure to take profits along the way, guys, because there's no point holding this. When you have a look at, how this has exploded over, the past month or so, this was, I think this launched at the start of July, and you can see just how it exploded, right? This was under a million, and it went all the way up to, I think, 90 million. I think this is actually even under 300k. And it did sort of peak at around 90 million, and since then it is now around 69 million. So even at this level, people are still calling for 100x. They believe that this is going to continue to explode. And yeah, so let's have a look. So in terms of the website, you can see here, in the beginning, there was the Dow, a stuffy haven for blue chip geezers sipping overpriced martinis while stroking their egos. They thought they had this. They thought they had all this figured out, but guess what? The game has changed, and it's time to crash the party. The ticker DJI6930 isn't just a number; it's a battle cry, a call to destroy the Dow Jones and flip that 20 trillion figure once and for all. So the goal of this meme is to obviously flip the Dow Jones. Now, $20 trillion, guys, obviously you need to be realistic. If you want to believe it's going to flip that, then of course that's fine. The main thing with this, guys, is we need to look at this in terms of the competition with other meme coins, all right? Because when you have a look at the meme coins, of course, we've got Dogecoin, we've got Shiba, we've got Pepe, Bonk, and also a competitor to this, SPX6900, which obviously a lot of people are calling for DJI to flip this, to flip SPX, which, in itself, SPX has built a massive following, and, it has also performed very well and also has that cult-like following. Obviously, it is a lot older, close to 2 years old. Now, could DJI take or potentially flip SPX? Now, that is something which, guys, potentially could be more realistic. When you look at the market cap of SPX, this is a market cap of 1.7 billion in market cap. Obviously, DJI is 69 million, so that would be around a 24x if it was to flip SPX 6900. And to be fair, for such a new project, a project which is, I think, less than a month old, it has already achieved a massive market cap. To get to 90 million, of course, this is backed by a big YouTuber, I believe, and it's had a lot of coverage from other YouTubers and also the community, right? Because the comments I was getting on my videos, people were angry, people were upset, and that also is a good factor for the project, right? But you need to be realistic, guys, right? Because for this to do 100x, you are looking at literally a market cap of $10 billion. So just understand $10 billion, guys. Really understand where that would place Doge on this list. that would pretty much make it the second biggest meme coin behind the original Dogecoin, which is it gonna? It's not gonna flip Dogecoin, guys, right? You have to be realistic. We have to talk like we have a brain. You have to open your eyes, right? It is not going to flip Dogecoin. Now, could it flip SPX? It could flip SPX. Is it going to flip the official Trump coin? Well, that is a complete garbage coin anyway. So, it could do that because, of course, the whole emphasis of this is for, to put the power in the hands of retail investors instead of TradeFi, the big players. So again, it does have that use case, and I do actually like the concept behind this as well. So a lot of the fans of Doge, DJI 6930, I think you got the wrong end of the stick. I'm just trying to be realistic, guys, because one thing you need to understand as well is obviously, the holders, you have a lot of holders who hold, millions of dollars to, a lot of hold, $1 million worth. And these can have, significant, effects on this price when they consider to take profits. And at the end of the day, guys, everyone is in crypto to make money. Everyone is going to take profits. And when you understand, if you buy in now, people have bought this at 1 million, 2 million, and they're going to take profits along the way. They might not tell you they're going to take profits. They might tell you it's going to 100x. They might tell you it's going to 1000x, but they're going to take profits behind the scenes. So just try and think smartly. I know you might be annoyed, you might get triggered, but at the end of the day, that is a strength in a meme coin. When people treat meme coins literally like family, if you were to say something bad about a meme coin, they're going to get offended. That shows strength in a meme coin because it shows that it has a cult-like following, right? So in terms of the concept, it is very good. The sort of logo looks really good as well. And yeah, guys, the other cool thing they've got at the bottom here, they also have this tracker to basically show the potential flipping of the Dow Jones, which is currently in progress of 0.0003%. So obviously it is quite a long way from flipping 20 trillion. And even though the majority of people are going to understand that it's never going to flip $20 trillion, there's still going to be new retail investors who are going to come in and actually believe it's going to flip this. So you need to think smartly, guys, because I know probably a lot of the viewers who are invested into this are new investors. I can tell because they don't really understand the concept of market cap, right? It's similar to something like XRP. And XRP has performed really well. This has done, pretty much nearly, it's done a 9, close to a 10x in the space of a year. But you've still got people who are saying this is going to go to $100, which is just not going to happen because you need to understand how market cap works, guys. So is Doge going to 100x, guys? In my honest answer, very, very, very unlikely, right? And the fact that I have to make a video about this because so many people are calling for 100x and they're not even joking. A lot of people are actually being serious. It's unlikely, right? 143x is 10 billion, so probably around a 7 billion is 100x, right? So 7 billion for this is, again, as I've said before, is still going to put this at pretty much the second or third meme coin, right, above Pepe. So Pepe, guys, is one of the best meme coins ever created. You have to be realistic. It's not going to, in my opinion, flip Pepe. It can flip SPX, guys. I've said this. It can flip SPX because, as I've said, that is 1.7 billion market cap, right? Even that's going to be difficult. But if they can, keep this community going, the potential is there. Even though it's a very low chance, it can happen if this community keep being active, if they keep pushing, if they keep raiding comments like they did to me. And again, guys, I don't get offended. It's just when I see people or young people or whatever calling for 100x, 1000x, and actually believe in it when I'm saying that it won't, then you have to really put it out, guys. So if you've got in your head 100x, just understand that is going to put DJI pretty much above Pepe, close to flipping Shiba, and pretty much being the second meme coin. So if you believe that's going to happen, guys, by all means, you can do that. You can hold that. If that reaches that, I hope it does, and hope it makes you a lot of money. But the smart thing to do, guys, is to take profits along the way, depending when you bought in. Now, me personally, guys, I'm not going to buy now into this. I missed the boat. And again, I've caught many other meme coins low. So, I'm not really that concerned. But again, guys, for everyone holding this, I hope you make gains. And I hope that this does potentially flip SPX, and we'll see what happens in the future, guys. So update on Doge DJI6930. Very good cult-like community, and the fact that the comments are absolutely everywhere is obviously a good factor. But guys, in terms of 100x, very unlikely in my own opinion. Do with that what you want. And yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, and also just really drop realistic predictions in the comments, guys, because for the ones who understand market cap, obviously I understand you're not going to be holding for 100x. So yeah, guys, I'll see you soon for the next video.